hello again. It's Paul Feuerstein, and I'm having trouble seeing now because my hair is over my eyes. So I'm almost looking forward to a haircut, but not quite yet. So today we're going to hit on something that everybody's been asking me about every day. What should we do about something specific? And I'm bringing on my friend, good friend, and expert on clean air, Kelly Dyer Hayes. Kelly, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you very much for having me with you today.
So Kelly works with a company called Surgically Clean Air, and many of you have asked me about this specific product, as other products are in the marketplace, and about aerosols and things that are happening in our offices now, and we know about the virus floating around in the air, and I've seen units on Amazon for about $150 that said we clean the air, and they're really good. But this is a real product, and as Kelly knows, I discovered this product about almost 10 years ago. And I've been talking about it for 10 years, saying you really should do something in your offices. And Kelly she does sales, and it's part of her job. And she's talking, what should we tell people? And now she's hanging up her phone. She can't handle the phone calls that are coming in. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about the company, for example, where they are and who you are a little bit. And we're going to get into a little bit more about Kelly later on. She's kind of an interesting character. But go right ahead. Let's talk about Surgical Clean Air for starters.
Yep. So as you had just mentioned, we've been around since 2008. We are a Canadian company, so headquartered in Toronto. I am from the US, by the way. I was actually the first US employee of the company, so I'm located in the Boston area. The company and the technologies were created after the outbreak of SARS. So again, at the time, the two doctors that created the technologies were looking for an efficient way to react to the pandemic, to be highly effective, to be easy to use over time and easy to care for, and then also to be cost effective over time. The first thing in their creation and the part of being highly effective was to create not only UV light, but then UVC. So of course, we all know now with the designation of UV-C is when you become germicidal, so killing germs and viruses. But then with Surgically Clean Air, we take it to the next level. We have our UVC light then wrapped in titanium dioxide. So the titanium dioxide actually creates a reaction called hydroxyl radicals, and that is the part that denatures the virus. So basically killing germs and viruses, bacteria and fungus. So I kind of sum it up in the many conversations I've had with doctors over the last 40 days as our kill chamber. So again, deep inside the machine, very powerful kill chamber. So every ounce of air that's coming through this section is killing the germs and viruses. But something that's really important that I like to talk about, everybody's talking about HEPA, HEPA, HEPA. And yes, the HEPA is extremely important. But our system in that kill chamber is so powerful, we're also killing the viruses when they're caught in the HEPA filter.
Let me just show up two quick slides for starters, just to help you out here, because I actually teach about this product. These are some from my slides from my presentations. Give me a second to share this and show a couple of quick things about the product itself. So from my perspective, we have two nightmares going on right now in our practices. We have the hand pieces and we have cavitrons, not to mention the people coming in sneezing all over the place and coughing all over the place. So first, Kel, talk about the air itself, and then we'll go into some of the details of the products.
Yeah, so, the aerosols, as they're being exposed into the air and being launched into the air, recent studies have shown that particulate and aerosols can stay airborne for up to 41 hours. And that really, yes, exactly. That becomes sort of the scary equation. We always say if you're going to a dental office that doesn't have, medical grade air purification, be sure to go early in the morning because it just accumulates and accumulates throughout the day. So
the company is based in Canada, and again, I'm in a sense I'm promoting it. I'm promoting the technology, but I'm actually promoting the company in a way. But the website with detailed information, which we're not going to have time to get into, is at surgicallycleanair.com, or for the dental side, scadental.com. And Kelly can be reached at kelly@scadental.com. We'll mention this in a couple of minutes. But tell us about this.
Yeah, this is a great way to illustrate it. And again, it's the same technologies, whether you're looking at the Cascade or the Jade. We've had one little change or one other option since here. So when you see stage number 1 is our pre-filter, so everything from dust to hair to larger particulate in the air, everything being captured there. The second stage you see is section level number 2. So that in this picture is called your electrostatic cell. This is a beautiful piece of equipment. It is actually fins of steel then charged with negative and positive energy. Together they create a static cling, catching particulates down to the nano size. With this particular one, with the E-cell, you actually pop it out of the machine. The machine indicates when it's dirty, pop it out, wash it, and put it back in. So it's quite remarkable.
Let me just interject that when we did that in the office, this black stuff came out.
Oh, it is amazing. I actually have had our old carbon granite machines in my home, and just 3 people, small house, no big deal. And when I wash ours, I'm still to this day, 5 years later, just amazed on what comes out of that filter.
And I will say also that one other thing, I hate to interrupt, but in the office when we first put it in, we found that there was less dust on top of the picture frames.
Yep. Actually, yeah, Dr. Dornbush always tells me, he's a prosthodontist, he was always amazed after he put the surgically clean air in his office that even in his computers, he has a huge bank of computers and monitors. And I never even thought of this, but he used to clean out his computers so they would work more efficiently. And he noticed that after he had surgically clean air, he had less dust and less particulate in his high-tech equipment.
So go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Dr. Gord Christensen did an evaluation of our company a year ago, March. And in that evaluation, he actually surveyed 500 of our clients. So for all of you that know Dr. Christensen, it's quite remarkable. I mean, he does things on his own time and he's very thorough, and there's no influence by the manufacturers. It's all factual and all to his finding, which is really impressive. So our feedback came back excellent in all categories. So we got an excellent rating. Things from doctors saying, I haven't been sick in the 2.5 years since I installed surgically clean air, to, I have my assistant has asthma. She says she can breathe better in the office than she can at home. Like, again, just remarkable things. The only negative that we received is we love the system, but it's a little bit much cleaning that electrostatic cell every month. So we took Dr. Christensen's advice and feedback to heart, and now we have created a second option with the Cascade. So now you can get the Cascade as seen here with the electrostatic cell, or you can get the Cascade with the medical grade HEPA filter. So same system, same setup, but level number 2 is a medical grade HEPA, a MERV 17. So the same quality they use in hospitals. And again, that gets changed annually. So once a year, you change the HEPA filter. So a lot less maintenance with the same great product. So that's a great change for us.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not critical. I don't think it was a big deal. But,
right. Except for some offices, especially, now we've just increased a tremendous amount of clients in New York City, or, even my example with Dr. Dornbush, he simply did not have a sink large enough to be able to wash the E-cell. So, everybody's got a different configuration. So now we still offer the E-cell, which is great for dental labs. Because of my background, I love to work with professional sports teams. So like the hockey locker rooms and things definitely have the E-cell. Gross anatomy labs, like all the machines that Tufts has in the gross lab, all have the E-cell. But we're really making a big movement right now to the HEPA, just because of the ease of use. And again, you can just order your Cascade as a HEPA or order your Cascade as an E-cell. The next stage is what we call the activated carbon, or the chemical and odor. So again, it captures chemicals, off-gassing, vapors, odors, VOCs. Really powerful. Again, using the gross anatomy as an example, I always say if we can clear the air in a gross lab, just think what we can do for you. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So again, this filter is highly important. And it's a technology that's been used. Actually, all stages of our system have been used in different applications. It's just really bringing all these technologies together in one beautiful, might I say, but beautiful machine that's easy to use, easy to care for. So the next stage is the UVC light. So as you see on item number 4, so UVC light, 48 watts, so it's 2 light bulbs, 2 UV bulbs. And then the number 5 is the is the shield, the titanium dioxide. So again, together, these take UVC to the next level. And this is when I was referring to the kill chamber. So now it creates hydroxyl radicals, and that's what denatures the virus. So basically killing the virus, creating the kill chamber.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
So let me just, whoops.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to do that. Let's get back. You can just keep talking while I fix my message.
Yep.
Here.
So the sixth stage is the negative ion generator. Again, negative ions occur in nature wherever there's collisions of water. So Niagara Falls is one of the largest producers of negative ions in the world. So this has two purposes with our system. One is kind of a little bit of the feel good, so that sort of fresh air feeling after a rainstorm type feeling. But also it causes the microscopic particulate in the air to cluster. When the particulate clusters, it becomes heavier. When it becomes heavier, it drops out, drops out of the breathing zone and drops to the floor level. And as you see, the black fins on the lower portion of the machine, so we pick up the dirty air from below and the clean air comes out up top. And that's what creates our tremendous power of air circulation, otherwise known as CFM, so cubic feet of air per minute that we are able to turn.
And how often does it change over the air in a particular room?
So the Cascade has 5 speeds, so everything ranging from 300 to 560 cubic feet per minute.
Wow.
So extremely powerful.
So there's a smaller version. Is it showing there?
Yes, it's up there. It looks great. So our newest machine, so it's probably about a year, last November, we introduced the Jade. And our timing couldn't have been better. So the Jade was created as the at-the-source infection control machine. The Jade was designed to go right into the operatory. So the same technology that we just saw with the Cascade, so the same pillars of strength throughout, except with the Jade, it only has the HEPA. There's no E-cell option with this. So a HEPA filter, again, MERV 17, hospital quality, very powerful. And again, the exact same stages all the way through. A couple beautiful things about this machine is, well, one, it's very slender. It's 12 inches in diameter and stands 33 inches tall. So questions I often get asked is like, okay, this is great. Like, how quickly will it turn over the air in the operatory? I like to give the example, if you're in an operatory, let's say a 10 by 10, and you have this Jade in that room, let's go on speed high. You're going to turn every ounce of air in that room every 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, 20 times an hour. So right now there's a lot of conversations going on, through the ADA, CDC, OSHA about air turns per hour. And sort of a base minimum that people are looking at is a minimum of 6 air turns per hour. So again, with the Jade on high, you could achieve 20 air turns per hour. And even to medium. So this has 5 speeds as well. So you got low, medium, high, turbo, and automatic. So on high, you're looking at every 3 minutes. On medium, you're probably looking at every 4.5, 5 minutes.
And it's cool looking too. But
Yes, it is.
But it also makes a statement whether they use the Cascade unit or this unit. What we did in the office, we took a giant piece of paper and put it right in the front and says, "You are now breathing surgically clean air."
Yes.
I think your logo should be about this big on this, because the patient.
Yes, I agree.
From a patient standpoint, it's very, very soothing in this day and age.
Yes, and actually, it's interesting that you said that, because before people would ask a lot about the sound level, the noise level, and it's actually very quiet. So on high, it's at 55 decibels. On medium, it's 45 decibels. But a couple of doctors have said to me over the last couple of weeks, he goes, well, actually now I want it to be heard. I want the patient in the chair to hear it. I want the people in the waiting room to recognize that it's on. Another really cool thing with the Jade, it has a light on the front giving the air quality indicator.
Oh.
So in that dial, like green is good, yellow is a little something going on, and we say when it turns red, it's time to turn the machine up. So it's really quite cool. It's a little addictive after a while. I find myself looking at it all the time and make sure my air quality is excellent.
And then just quickly, we don't have to go through the whole thing, but just quickly, this is just a larger machine for a larger area, like the waiting room area or something like that. laboratory would do nicely in a laboratory. It's just a larger open space is where we actually had this cascade initially.
Yep.
So let me get rid of my screen share for a split second here and get back to you for a second. So what I want to do is I want to wrap this up for a second here, because above and beyond, so Kelly, first of all, thank you for all this information, and thank you for everything we've given you. And we'll repost the website and the information how to get in touch with people. And I think everybody has to have at least some aspect, even if they don't buy this particular one, please think about what you're doing. But this is the one that's really has all the stuff, everything you're looking for. So I think we're going to shut this down, but I want to get you back again very shortly, because Kelly, other than before she became the surgically clean air person, she had quite a story to tell. And I'm going to give you a teaser here. I'm going to say three things. I'm going to say hockey, I'm going to say Hall of Fame, and I'm going to say silver medal. And I'm going to let you hang on those for a little while. And I'm going to say for now, thanks, Kelly, and we'll talk to you shortly.
My pleasure. Thank you.